Tony Vasil's record with yearlings is second to none. Aquanita Racing.
Joined by Tony Vasil with looking at the runners coming forward to the weekend, Tony. And we start off at Bendigo, and you've got Kimura-san going round in the 2400 metre race ridden by Mark Zara.
Yeah, that's right. Kimura-san, he's won 1 and 2 seconds of his last 3 outings. He worked home very nicely last start. He steps up to the 2400 tomorrow, which looks right up his alley. He's been very consistent of recent weeks, and since he's been really doing some much longer work in his training, he's really thrived. So I think he's got a very, very good chance tomorrow at a nice big track which he enjoys.
Well, you're also taking up another horse that looks to be well suited too, Classic L, going around in the 1200 metre race.
Classic L went to Moonee Valley a couple of Friday nights ago and was probably absolute certainty beaten. Just had no luck whatsoever. Come out of the run unscathed and steps up to the 1400 metres on the nice big track and should prove very hard to beat.
Okay, we move our attention across to Moonee Valley for the night meeting, and we've got Under the Leaner in the 3-year-old 1200, 0 to 72.
Yeah, I took Under the Leaner first up to Bairnsdale over 1,000, where he met with interference and was involved in a protest. Realistically, he wouldn't have won, but he probably should have ran second over a distance that was too short for him. Had to rush him a little bit to try and get him to the Inglis race at Sale. And since that run, I've just sort of backed off him and tried to freshen him up, and this sort of looks like an appropriate race for him, and put on a shadow roll also just to make him try and keep his head down and concentrate a bit more. But having never raced at the Valley before, it'll be interesting to see how he goes. But if he took his best game there, he'd be quite competitive. Lucky Angel in the 2500 metre race. She's been a model of consistency lately without winning. Hopefully Lady Luck shines her upon her and gives her a chance on Friday night as well.
And then we turn our attention to the Saturday, the final, effectively the final day of the Spring Carnival, and going across to Sandown, and you've got a couple of very nice runners there. And we start with Under the Eiffel, going to the Kevin Heffernan, a listed weight for age race over 1300 metres.
Yeah, he ran at Geelong in the Dual Choice plate first up on Geelong Cup Day, and started odds-on favourite and just had no luck whatsoever. Unfortunately, the jock handed up his position early in the race, got 3 pairs back on the inside and stayed there in a race where they walked, and with his big weight, he just it was impossible. But I mean, the run was good. Goes to Sandown, a fitter horse, I suppose, and looks a lot better in the coat. The 1300 on the big track with the long run in will suit him, and Blake Shin takes the ride.
Yeah, well, he certainly won on this day last year, winning the 1500 metre race, but he's probably almost the fresh horse coming to this, because a lot of horses have been produced over the Flemington Carnival, and you've waited for this, so this might be just the right race for him.
Yeah, I just chose to dodge Flemington with him and give him that gap between the Geelong race and this race. So, yeah, he is probably the fresh horse on the scene. However, the horse that clearly looks the one to beat is Unpretentious. It was quite impressive at Flemington. So, yeah, it's the one to look like it's the obvious danger. But he'll go there and certainly be hitting the line strong.
Right, and can we produce a double with the Sandown Stakes with Viva Vrap this year going round?
VWAP's been quite consistent this time in. His first 2 runs in were exceptionally good. Then he won here at Caulfield on Underwood Stakes Day, which was no surprise. At his last start, he ran in the Sale Cup. He ran a 5th behind what looks to be an outstanding horse in the making, Sartorius. 1500, probably his ideal trip. And the harder they go, the better. But also Blake Shin takes the ride, but he's been quite consistent this time in this horse.
Tony Vasil's record with yearlings is second to none. Aquanita Racing.